Right, Rich.
Hello.
We've been watching a Keyan Carlile video.
Yeah, we have today, haven't we?
Yeah, where he talks about a show we've never seen for 2 hours, and we've been hooked.
Yeah, and nor are we ever going to go watch it.
No. Penguins of Madagascar. A spin-off series of the Madagascar movies, because the penguins had a few funny lines on them, so they thought, let's give them their own TV show. In the video, Keyan discussed a couple ideas he had for some episodes, and I figured we could make that episode.
Yeah, I'm down. Always down for that.
I'll play a clip.
Okay, when I was a kid, I actually had a really solid idea for an episode of the Penguins of Madagascar. What if the zoo added a 5th penguin to their habitat who was not a spy? So now the penguins have to hide their entire operation from him. Or her, let's get wacky. And Private wants to trust her. She's like, Skipper, she's just a nice little girl. And Skipper's like, no, she's a spy. And then the moment they all circle around to finally trusting her, boom! She is a spy!
Right, so we can do something with that, can't we?
Absolutely.
Now, one of the things I love about this show that Keyan described was that these penguins insist that they're completely untraceable and discreet, but whenever they do something, they just leave destruction everywhere.
Yeah.
We need something for them to be working on, and then this 5th penguin gets added to the exhibit.
So what if they want to invade another zoo?
Okay.
Because they have a new mammoth that's just come out. Because they just, like Jurassic Park, they found they found mammoth preserved in amber.
Okay.
And Private will say something like, "Oh, come on, Skipper! I always wanted to be an archaeologist."
What do they want to do with the zoo? What does invade mean?
They wanna bring the mammoth back.
Oh, okay.
They want the mammoth in their zoo.
Okay, so they have to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
To somehow transport a mammoth, which is famously bigger than an elephant, from one side of New York to the other.
Can we do a Nolan spoof and it's just like really loud, bombastic music as the penguins walk around the zoo? And they're like, the problem is, Governor, that you don't need the mammoth to get to the zoo. You need the zoo to get to the mammoth. And then cue a scientist entry. Rico walks in.
Yeah.
There's a whiteboard and it's just scribbles. And he's just going,
the whiteboard is just filled with nonsense.
Yeah. Everyone's sat there like nodding. And then Skipper goes, by God, Rico, this is your best work yet. During this process.
That's when the 5th penguin is added to the zoo.
And they're all sat there with the whiteboards and stuff.
So it's a female penguin. We need a name for her.
Cassandra.
Okay.
So can we have some stakes though? What if Private feels like he recognises her and he doesn't know why?
Okay.
And then it turns out that she used to wear an eye patch and now she doesn't wear an eye patch.
Okay, that's the big reveal.
So, like, at the end, what if she stands in such a way that half her head is blocked? And then he goes...
So she stands in the shadows.
Yeah, and, like, her eyes blocked as if, like, she's wearing an eye patch, and then Private's like, Skip, call off, Skip! We gotta call off a plan midway! We don't pull out like that!
I feel like they need to do this plan, and they're doing it, and they're trying to keep it secret so Cassandra doesn't find out. But then for some reason, they need to let her in on it.
What if she's from that zoo? It comes up in conversation.
Oh, nice. They're doing this plan in secret. So they finally clue Cassandra in on the plan, saying, we need your schematics. Can you give us a lowdown on, like, how the night guards operate and stuff?
Yeah, and I reckon she whips out, like, a bigger plan, a plan that's bigger and better than Skip's. It's like, I know you boys are cooking something up. Plus, Rico coughed up the schematics a week ago.
Man, what is their plan? How are they gonna get
the mammoth?
Yeah,
they just want the mammoth because it's cool.
Okay, but what's the plan? How are they going to transport it?
I think Kowalski has a device that will shift the mammoth into different pocket dimensions, therefore leaving only a tusk in this reality to hold.
I love some of the rubbish you come up with, man. That's a best invention, right?
Anyway, they get there, and then Private...
He's with Cassandra and on, like, a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, and then she, like, whacks him and knocks him out. He's like, in his days says he looks up and sees, like, half a face obscured, and that's when he figures out. And then when they get to the mammoth, the zoo's really quiet, by the way. It's dead quiet. There's no one there. Yeah. And they get to this big room. It's like a cloth hidden over what you think is a mammoth.
I'm so scared, Rich. What's this twist gonna be?
And then Kowalski gets his device ready.
Yeah.
And then Skipper says like, "Oh, I can't wait till everyone sees our mammoth," and then pulls the cloth away, and it just says, "This is a trap." Like a big board saying, "This is a trap." And it's just Julian in a cage going, "You got to run away! They told me that they promised me things." And they're like, "Julian, why didn't you win the mammoth?" And they're like, "There was never a mammoth." And then
You know what? How didn't I see it coming? When we was talking earlier, you was talking about how much you loved Julian, and I was saying how annoying he was. I should have known. I should have pieced that together.
Then Cassandra's forces come in, and it's a bunch of humans crossed over with animals, and it's the Human Animal Alliance, HAA. And then Julian going, "It's the ha! It's the ha! It's the ha ha!" He explains that Cassandra had entered the zoo. Well, he kept overhearing, "I've got a ha," and he just wanted to. He kept like bugging her, going, "If you have a joke, I want to hear it too." And then he ended up selling them out.
Okay.
So basically, Cassandra's been investigating the animals that are breaking down the boundaries between humans and other creatures, and they're trying to keep it a secret.
That's the stupidest thing you have ever come up with.
But so Julian sold them out. Sold the penguins out because he thought Cassandra had a really good joke to tell because she kept mentioning her. So he sold the penguins out because who other than the penguins who constantly put New York in disarray? You can imagine the exchange where Cassandra's like, "You constantly bring the awareness of the humans to us. Do you know what would happen?" And then Skip's like, "I have never done such a thing." And then
I imagine we play clips of them constantly doing that throughout the show.
like,
now, here's the problem, man. Do you not feel like we've written ourselves in a corner here? How do we then get out of this?
Well, do you remember when we said we bring the zoo to the privates or something? Or we bring the zoo to them?
Yeah.
Kowalski starts laughing and they're like, "What?" And Sandra's like, What? He's like, "You don't know what dimension you're in." And he just presses a button.
He used that device. So they were in a different dimension.
So basically, they knew that Cassandra was part of the league, and he just got all the biggest members in this room, and he just collapsed the dimensions.
Okay.
And then the only thing that's left of any of them is Cassandra's, like, a tuft of her hair. Turns out they'd never left the original zoo because of the device. And then Private's like, "You knew all along?" And then Skip's like, "Of course we did, kid. We can smell a snitch a mile away. Plus, we watched Julian get taken away."